Hello, my lovely Sagittarians. How are you? Are you well? This is Jill. Welcome to Tarot by the Sea. I'm doing your reading for the 15th to the 21st of January 2018. I will be using the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. I will be using the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. And if necessary, I will also be using the Angel Tarot cards by the same people. Right, so my little Saggies. Let's see what we've got for you. I hope we've got a really good reading for you. 2018 seems to be coming in with a blast and it's beautiful. So let's hope the same is true for you. I always love doing your readings. You guys are so kind to me. Right, you have Judgment. I'm not going to talk too much about the cards. I will tell you what they are. I'm not going to talk to you too much about the cards, so you can fast forward to where the shuffling stops if you want to. I don't have a problem with that at all, because basically I'm just putting cards out. I know you guys like to see people shuffle online generally, so you know we're not making stuff up. That you couldn't make this stuff up, quite honestly. You really couldn't. I wouldn't have the imagination, to be honest. We've got a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people, but oh, okay. Right, on the bottom of your deck you have the Magician, which is always phenomenal. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got. So in this set of cards you have Judgment, you have the King of Swords, you have the Emperor, you have the Moon, you have the Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords. But let's not jump to any conclusions about the Three of Swords. Let's see what's going on first. You have the Six of Summer. With the King of Swords, you have the Hangman, which I saw coming out actually. Ooh. I seem to have a new guide, and cards kind of seem to get thrown at me now. So hopefully that energy will calm down just a little bit. Oh my goodness, you have it too. So many people are getting the Fool card. I think so many people are moving forward in their lives at the moment. You have the Seven of Autumn. Who did I just do? Aquarius just had, no, Aries just had the Seven of Autumn and the Dreamer. And they had the Three of Swords as well. And you have the Hermit. And you have the Ten of Winter. Okay, now Ten of Winter is the Ten of Swords. But in this deck, it doesn't mean the same as in the other deck where you've been stabbed in the back. Though in fairness, you do have the Three of Swords as well, which is not the best card in the whole world. But it says, resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end to an addiction or codependency. It's a positive card in this deck, okay? And you are the Magician. So I think you might be leaving something behind and moving on to something else. Or maybe you're manifesting whatever it is that you want. Okay, so, right. You have the Judgment card. You may have a decision to make, okay? And this is being given to you. It feels to me like it's being given to you as part of a karmic cycle, okay? Six of Summer is a Six of Cups, which is looking back. In the normal deck, it's looking back. Nostalgia, all that kind of stuff, okay? So you're looking back to happy times. It's not looking back to miserable times, it's looking back to happy times. It's also sometimes dealing with children. And it says, children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. And maybe this is where you need to show some judgment, okay? Maybe you're looking back and somebody has come back potentially, and you're having to look at something from the past in a different way. And we have this as well, which says the same thing. Okay, this is the Hangman card, but in this deck it's called Awakening. It says, change the way you're looking at the situation, embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in the action. And you have the King of Swords. So you could be dealing with an air sign, okay? An air sign who's quite stable, very communicative, very bright, all those kind of things, okay? And it says change the way you're looking at the situation. So maybe the King of Swords is you. And the King of Swords is looking at the Judgment card and looking back at the past. He's actually looking back at them. So maybe you're using that intellect. Maybe you're using that kind of... He can be very cutting, but that generally tends to be in the reverse, okay? This guy is very logical. He's very intellectual. So maybe you're looking back at the past as the King of Swords and you're making a judgment, okay? And maybe you are seeing things differently. Maybe you are seeing things differently. And you have the Emperor. So you could be dealing with an Aries. We just said that some of your cards are the same as the Aries cards. Okay, you could be dealing with an Aries, or this could also be you. Okay, you could have this in your chart. You could have Aries in your chart, but this is also a fire sign to me, so this could also be you. So maybe you're taking control back. Maybe you're taking control of your life back. Maybe you're seeing things in a different way. You're taking control of your life back. And then you have the Dreamer, which means you're moving forward. Okay, you're moving forward kind of recklessly sometimes, not planning things out particularly, not particularly anyway. But the Emperor is there, and the Emperor is in control. You know, the Emperor is in control. And the Dreamer says, embrace your true purpose, beginning a new adventure, and trust yourself. The Emperor would always trust himself. Okay, the Emperor knows. He's very compassionate, he's very sweet, but he's also the boss. And he's a big boss. And he is the king of everything. So, and he's in control. And yeah, all right, he's nurturing, but he's also a bit of a control freak. Okay, and he has to be, because he has an entire empire to run, so it has to be the case of his word goes. Okay, and I'm getting the phrase my way or the highway. Okay, because if you see this card, it's like you have that path in front of her, and I'm getting the phrase it's my way or the highway. Okay, so maybe someone is saying that to you, or maybe you're saying that to someone else. Maybe you're looking back at the past. Maybe someone has come back. You're looking back at the past very logically. You're seeing things from a different perspective, and you're going, okay, my way or the highway. It's that simple. Okay, you have the Moon card, which is about secrets generally. It's about secrets. Maybe you don't know where this is going, because then you have the Seven of Autumn, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And in this deck, the Seven of Pentacles says, have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. Okay. So maybe you don't know where you're going yet. Maybe you need to sit down and you need to think about this, and you need to take some time. You did have with the Awakening card, it's a temporary pause in the action. So maybe you are taking time out to look at things from the past and decide where to go forward. Now, you had this person coming back. We have this Princess of Autumn. Okay, we have this Princess of Autumn. So you may have the King of Swords coming back, but that may be your energy. You have this Princess of Autumn, and the Princess of Autumn is a Princess of Pentacles, so this could be an earth sign. This is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, in the other deck, so it could be male or female, but they could all be male or female. All right, the Emperor tends to be male because otherwise you have the Empress, but the Empress tends to be the same energy as the Emperor, but she is kind of more laid back. She's the power behind the throne. Okay, whereas the Emperor is the one up there giving it all the kind of I am, and she tends to be more nurturing, whereas he can be harder. Okay. And we have the Princess of Autumn then. So we have this Page of Pentacles, and it says studious, responsible, cheerful, and mischievous. There's happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So perhaps maybe you leave the planning stage a little bit too long and you do need a push. But you've sat and you've thought about your plans. Okay, you were kind of rushing forward. Maybe there was a tendency to want to rush forward as the Fool, but actually you held back as the Emperor and you were more controlled about it. And you've taken some time, because you don't know everything that's going to happen. You've taken some time to plan about this. Whatever this is, it can be a love relationship. It can just be something that's emotionally fulfilling for you. Okay, it could just be so you could be dealing with a Pisces as well. It could be kind of engaging with the Pisces, with Earth in their chart, possibly. So perhaps you've been sitting planning, and you have been planning, and you've been planning, and you have been planning. And then it's like, okay, now you need a little bit of push to get going. So get going, all right? I'm telling you now, get going. There's your push. And it says well thought out plans that go perfectly. So you've planned it, and actually now this is working out beautifully, okay? You have the Three of Swords. I'm concerned about the Three of Swords for obvious reasons, okay? The Three of Swords means heartbreak, or it can mean a third party situation. And you have the Hermit. Maybe this person from the past comes back and you sit and you think about it, okay? You sit and you think about it and you say no. You say you're not interested, okay? But that wouldn't kind of tie in with the Ace of Cups. Or maybe it's just making a decision. Maybe it's just saying your plans regarding this Ace of Cups. You've been planning about this, and now you're kind of moving forward, and you are actually not getting involved in it, and that was the outcome of your planning, okay? Possibly. But this is also, for me, this is also working on ideas with other people, okay? So you have 3 ideas, and you've got heart in the middle, and you've got the sun, okay? So maybe it's that you have multiple ideas that you want to move forward with, and they are things that you will love and make you happy. Okay, that's the other thing that it could possibly be. And then you have the Hermit, who's a Virgo, generally. So you have the Princess of Autumn, who is the Princess of Earth, who's a Page of Pentacles, and then you have a Virgo. So perhaps this Page of Pentacles is the Virgo, okay? But it also says, find or be your mentor, take a break from society, commitment to your personal growth. For some of you, it says happy news about career promotions or scholarships. And then it says, find or be a mentor. So maybe for some of you, this is a work situation where perhaps you're being promoted, perhaps you are the boss and you're working with this fool who wants to rush ahead, and you're kind of holding them back and going, no, you can't do that. And maybe they are quite young, you know, because that would kind of tie in. It's like it's working with children. You could be a teacher, you're working with children, okay, and perhaps this person wants to move forward and you're having to hold them back and go, no, we're not rushing into this, we're going to slow down and we're going to take it, you know, we're going to take it as it goes. And for some of you, you're sitting there planning the work, and for some of you, you're sitting there deciding whether to do this, but actually you do have this new start with this Princess of Page of Pentacles, and you actually find out that they are studious and responsible and cheerful, and yes, they are a little bit mischievous, you know, they're the fool as well. And then you start teaching and everything goes beautifully, and you're working together on all these different ideas and you're loving it and it's making you happy. I know that's a very weird interpretation of the Three of Swords, but that's sometimes how I get it. And this is the find or be a mentor, okay, card. So for some of you, we have that. But I think for some of you, you're just moving on, because you have the Ten of Winter, and it's a resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency, and you have the Magician. So I think you're ending something and you're starting something. You're at the beginning of the path. You have, in the journey of the Fool in Tarot, you have the Zero, you have the Fool, and you have the Magician, okay? So you're moving up those steps as well. Okay. That's what we have for you. Shall we do you a couple of angel cards just to see if there's anything else exciting comes out? Let's have a look. We'll do 3 angel cards, 1 for each line. We have the Page of Water. We have the Knight of Earth. Lots of people in your reading. Virgo had tons of people in their reading. Oh my God. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So you have the Ten of Winter, so it's the end of a cycle. And it says Ten of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. So where we have this kind of judgment and children and things like that, the moon, we have the Page of Water, who says intuitive, sensitive, artistic and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Okay. So it could be someone coming back. Okay. It could be someone coming in after you've already, because you have this Ace of Cups. Okay. It could be somebody from the past comes in, or maybe you're looking back on your old relationships and going, that's what I did wrong there, I'm not doing it again. You have the Knight of Earth, okay, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Now this guy is slow, and this is what we said about the planning and the planning and the planning and needing a push. It says time to buckle down and get things done, honour your commitments, and a guardian angel. This find or be your mentor, and you have this guardian angel as well. Don't give up. Protect what you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. 9 of Fire, 9 of Wands. Okay, whatever this is, you have come through it and you are going to be fine. Okay, it's a really good start to something, I think, but you're taking it incredibly slowly, and I think you're being very grounded. You have very grounded cards. And it could be emotional, but I think possibly you're dealing with a water sign or an air sign, to be honest, or you have those things in your chart and you're just moving forward. You're moving towards the 10 of Swords, the resolution of difficulties and things like that, and then into a happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. You actually have the Ace at the 10 of Pentacles. So it is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's a little bit heavy going to read, in fairness. It's not the tidiest I've ever seen, and it's not the clearest I've ever seen, but I don't think you're feeling very clear, which is why you're doing so much of the planning. You're not entirely sure you want to get it right. You want to get it right. And it could be a relationship, it could be work, it could just be you just basically moving on and just doing whatever it is that you want to do to get to the 10 of Pentacles. And to get the 10 of Winter, to resolve your difficulties and, you know, get the weight lifted off your shoulders and all those kind of things. It's a 10 of Winter. Yes, 10 of Swords. So, yeah, that feels more like that 10 of Winter card, the weight lifted off your shoulders, kind of feels a little bit more like the 10 of Wands to me, to be honest. It's that being overburdened thing, and I think you're losing that. I think you're finding ways around that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. That's a really nice reading. I'm not entirely sure what the heck it's about. Maybe you guys know better than I do. I'm not entirely sure what it's all about. But it seems really positive anyway. So, yeah. Maybe it's a general one, and it's kind of just about life in general. This still concerns me a little bit. It does concern me a little bit. I'm not quite sure what it's about. But maybe you are. Maybe you are. Maybe you know exactly what it is. Anyway, lots of love. I actually have a weekend where I haven't got any. I do children's science parties. I don't have any more parties to do. I've done the only one that I had. So I actually have tomorrow to do some work and get your February videos out. Anyway, lots of love to you, and I will speak to you very soon. Okay, take care.